Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be finishing a Ghibli inspired tray, and I'm also going to be sharing some resin tips and tricks for you guys. And without further ado, let's get started. I just wanted to make a quick disclaimer that this isn't an in-depth tutorial, but if you guys really wanted one, feel free to comment below and I'll definitely do some. Starting off with the most important part is the base of the picnic tray. I'll also have everything used in this video linked below for you guys. I also made these Haku dragons that I was originally going to use on the tray, but it ended up not working out. I was kind of bummed, but we can use this for something else. And I'll quickly show you guys the polymer clay pieces that are going to go on the tray. For the picnic blanket, I'm actually just using a laminated photo that I printed. This actually ties into our first resin tip, which is sealing photos. I've seen a lot of beginners ruin projects because they either don't know how to seal photos or the right way to. The best way that I learned to seal photos is with a laminator. Yes, it'll cost a bit of money, but it'll be so worth it because it'll prevent any accidents from happening in the future. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and lay all the clay pieces out and sort of figure out what kind of layout I want to do. I'm just gonna do a quick speed run because I usually take really long trying to plan everything out, so I'll see you guys right after. And now it's time to glaze the polymer clay pieces. I'm going to be using UV resin today, so it's super important that I wear my gloves and protection, which ties into my second tip, which is always wear protection. Resin is just super toxic, and I know there's going to be resin bottles that say it's not toxic, but me personally, I just take as much protection and precaution as possible. I actually ended up getting contact dermatitis on my hands from touching UV resin, I think it was. And yeah, it was just super painful. I like almost scratched all my skin off. It was not fun. But anyway, right now I'm just gonna go ahead and take all the polymer clay pieces and we're gonna glaze them with UV resin. I'm going to glaze them one more time with regular resin after this, but I like to do two just to ensure that the clay pieces are properly sealed. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat these polymer clay pieces with a thin layer of UV resin. My biggest tip with UV resin is less is more. I think it's super easy to overdo UV resin just because you want it to look super glossy, but I find that doing too much UV resin can make it really hard to cure and super tacky, so I just like to do less layers and work my way up. And after taking them out of the UV lamp, this is what they look like. And I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this process for all of the rest of the polymer clay pieces. We finally arrived to the last stage, which is setting everything in place. And as you can see here, I already UV resined on the Totoro, and so now we're ready to set everything in place with 2-part resin. Every resin artist is different, but my personal favorite resin brand has to be Nick Pro. I really like how affordable their resin is, and it's also super easy to work with. My next tip is actually something I don't hear talked a lot about in the resin community. Depending on the resin brand that you buy, it'll have a different thickness to it. Some resins are really thin and liquidy, and then there's others that are thicker and more kind of like glue. I actually find that each thickness of resin is really different to work with. So if you're a beginner, I definitely recommend trying like 2 or 3 resin brands and just seeing what you like to work with better. After pouring the first layer of resin, it's time to set everything in place. And right now I'm continuing to set everything in place. And for the final part, I'm just going to go over all the clay pieces again with that second layer of resin. And now that everything's in place, I'm just going to go ahead and do one more layer on top. And now we wait for the tray to cure. And this is the final result. I think it came out super cute, and please comment below how you guys think it turned out. My final resin tip with you guys is to take photos in natural sunlight. This is so important because good photos of your products is what are going to sell the products. And resin pieces simply just look more shiny in natural light. And I just have to show you guys how cute the tray looks with the rest of my ghibli collection. I even made like a mini picnic tray version. It's so cute. By the time this video is up, I'll have this collection up on my shop. If you guys are interested in this collection or any other trays, I'll have the shop linked down in the description. You can find all of the current in-stock products on our shop, and you can also sign up for email notifications to be notified about future sales, shop updates, and any other announcements. And we've reached the end. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and just watching this video. It really means so much to me. Let me know what you think about this tray, and I'll see you guys in the next video.